this is more for my YouTube channel, because for some reason, here, I can't necessarily find a way to put my whatever I capture on my camera onto my laptop. So instead, I'm just gonna be putting this on Twitch, and then from there, I'm gonna put it, through the editing software and whatnot. So last time we checked our, mail was quite long ago. It was back all the way in December, near Christmas time, and I ordered quite a few things. Now, if I can go through the list here real quick before we actually go into the details, is 1 Death Guard Legion Mark II shoulder pads, 1 Death Guard Legion Mark III shoulder pads, Commander Cole of the Red Scorpions, if I am pronouncing his name correctly, a Red Scorpions Vanguard Veterans, a Vanguard Veterans Squad, and then a Red Scorpions Assault Upgrade, and then of course a Forge World catalog. It comes for free, and of course the grand total was $90.90 US dollars. So I went along and opened it from the box, seeing that I have these gloves. I forgot my normal gloves that I normally wear, but hey, these are my old gloves that I don't really use as much, so might as well just, have a little bit of time. So the first things first we're gonna see here is the Vanguard Veteran Sprue. Now this is your typical Vanguard Veteran Sprue, something that many of you probably have seen before in the past, and get that glare out, and something that I have had my eye on before for a Blood Angels army, and we'll get into that in a little bit. I'll probably go and make my own lore video sooner or later. I know a couple of my friends have mentioned that I haven't made my lore video for my chosen chapter, and as I mentioned before, I do have a lot of that good stuff. So whether or not these guys make it in the final draft or not, it's up to fate. But here it is, the normal Vanguard Veteran Sprue. It's the box. I'll probably open the box after after we go over the rest of the items that are contained in this box. So let's hold on to that. Here is the 2018 Forge World catalog. So the normal catalog with all your miniatures. A lot of the Horus Heresy stuff is here. Fine resin items and whatnot. I was honestly debating to actually get this command sprue right here. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly, but these are pretty cool models that I wanted to use as my command squad for my custom chapter that I am currently working on. But I just probably I didn't want to make a leap so much of one in models as well as even in money, basically, because I haven't really started yet. So I just wanted to let you guys know that these are some pretty cool models that I'll probably later get or have them done commissioned by one of my friends that normally does the commissioning work for me. So here is, of course, like I said, the Death Guard Mark II Legion shoulder pads. We have Red Scorpions Vanguard Veteran upgrades, all that good stuff in there. And then the Red Scorpions Commander Cole. So he's all in there as well. It's Terminator. And then, of course, we have the Death Guard Mark III Legion shoulder pads. So that's when they were still loyalists. And then we have some extra stuff in here. So that's the thing that I was mentioning before. That this video is so old that it came with the the Christmas guide. So the gift list, a lot of the cooler things here and there from the Games Workshop. From the Games Workshop area. So their own website themselves. I'm pretty, they do work pretty close together for World Games Workshop. So pretty cool collectible item here and there. Let's go with the more of let's go with this first, right? So like I said, Red Scorpions Commander Cole. So I don't know if I'm saying that right, but here we go. So we're going to open it up, and see what is inside. Hopefully without stabbing myself, of course. So pretty standard things here real quick. We have the base for the actual model itself. We have where can we focus here? Can we focus? No, we're not gonna focus in. Come on. So we have the helmet. Ooh, that's a cool little design. Didn't even notice it had an Imperial Aquila on his helmet. And then his unmasked face right there. If we could just simply try to, I think that's as close as we're going to get to it. So sorry about the clarity here. This is the first time I'm actually doing this. Hopefully the next time won't be as bad, but pretty cool stuff you got here. We have the Terminator shoulder pads here. So pretty cool designs we got here. See, again, trying to go in with the focus, but it is not working for some reason. So it has to be somewhat of a distance type deal. So we'll try to do the best we can from here. I'll take some Instagram photos and put it up on Instagram. Very nice detailed work here on the Crux Terminatus. Nice purity seals here and there. So a lot of little details here and there as per usual with the Forge World models. Red Scorpion's iconography, nice brass detail. Well, once we color it's gonna be brass or whatever that kind of color it normally is. And then of course more of the purity seals. So very nice, very nice. Your power sword. So we have the power sword. We got the power sword right here. Pretty large power sword. Normally the other ones don't tend to be as large, but pretty cool little iconography on the sword itself. A lot of good little details here and there we're gonna have to go through. And then we have the Stormbolter, which, as I mentioned before, let's see if they can focus there. Little scorpion iconography right there. So pretty cool stuff. It has a scope and all that, and then all the other gist of it. So it's pretty cool. Then we all get to the actual model itself. So like I said, I'm not gonna build the model right now. I'm gonna give it some time. Hopefully by maybe the midweek I'll have some time to actually build these models, assemble them, maybe hopefully even base coat them to start painting them and stuff like that. But a lot of detail. Look at the little, oh my gosh, look at the scorpion in the middle of that Aquila. Look at all the details we have here. A lot of little details. But of course it makes sense because it is a commanding officer, so a lot of the Space Marines that tend to be commanding officers tend to have a lot of detail. So a lot of, like I said, a lot of detail. So very nice model we have there, and we'll just put them to the side over here so we won't damage the miniature. Let's try and get these let's try to get these two together. So like I said, Space Marine Vanguard Veteran Squad, and then we have the Red Scorpions Vanguard Veteran upgrades. So if you can just there, boom, right there, veteran upgrades. So we're gonna open that again without trying to stab myself with these scissors. I accidentally forgot my hobby knife. We are currently doing some renovation work around the house, so a lot of things have been moved around, some things have been misplaced, and some things, sadly probably have been thrown away in the confusion of renovations. But it is what it is. That's what happens. So let's get this stuff out of here. If we can try to get these models out. Let's let's go at it one at a time, I guess. So these are the standard Mark IV helmets you would pretty much get from maybe the Betrayal at Kelp box set, as well as the Mark IV Space Marine helmets from the Forge World site. So those are pretty standard issue type of deal. We have the jump packs. So this is actually quite interesting now that I think about it. I didn't know that this upgrade pack, and like I said, this has been a really long time, so I kind of forgot what I exactly ordered. So let's just be careful here, because it does seem like this these pieces are quite delicate here. But it has it seems like it has the resin version of the jump packs. So we'll do a little comparison once we complete the unboxing of what's in here in its entirety. We have red scorpion shoulder pads here, alongside with some purity seals. So try and see that detail. Pretty nice detail. Purity seals and whatnot. Yep, yes sir. We have, like I said, we have to be very gentle when it comes down to these types of things. Ooh, I already lost a little piece already. See, you gotta be careful, because look, I already lost the piece. It fell on the floor, but let's retrieve that before we forget about it. If I can find it. Hopefully I find it, because that little piece, there it is, I see it, it is underneath the desk. So if I can just reach underneath the desk and retrieve it, go, piece here, see, a little piece fell off. So yeah. So we have here a body for a red scorpion. Most likely going to give this to a sergeant. Very nicely detailed. Look at the little the little chains on the chest piece itself. I know it's kind of hard to see from this crappy camera, but hey, one must do what must have. One must. Yep, I can't even talk. But yes, very nice details. Pouches, crack grenades, frag grenades, purity seals, little iconography here and there. Very well detailed. Let's see what else we have in here. We have, my lord, just dropping everything today. Just dropping everything today. So we have an additional torsos. So a lot of detail. Got the purity seals, a little shield, on the chest plate, skulls, a lot of details, a lot of good little details. So this is going to be very kit bash worthy, if I do say so myself for this. One of these fell as I opened the contents of the box, so very nicely detailed, very nicely detailed. I'm gonna make it a habit when I'm doing this unboxing that I basically unbox everything, and then I'm just gonna edit the video. But we just have a standard issue power sword, standard issue bolt pistol, something, like I said, something for a sergeant, or since these are in fact all veterans, we'll probably just give it to them. Let's see what else we have in here before we change pace into the Vanguard veterans. So again, we have another chest piece with a lot of little detail, you know, iconography, purity seals. So very nice work from Forge World. We have I believe a sergeant sprue or an officer sprue, whatever you guys want to call it. You know, nice little iconography on the helmet, nice iconography on the shoulder pad with the purity seal, as well as the red scorpions iconography. So very nice stuff. We're gonna put this on the side so none of these miniatures get damaged, hopefully. No promises there, unfortunately, because this is a, oh, look at that. This is a very tedious process here. And I thank those that do these videos far more professionally that you guys are able to do that. So here we go. Let us unbox the veteran upgrade sprue. Again, I'm gonna try not to stab myself. Let's open this sprue up. Get rid of the unnecessary rubbish, trash, whatever you want to call it, and let us open the sprue. So, what do we have here now? So, your standard bases for your Space Marines, and we have the sprue itself, and the directions, as well as even some stat line on the for the models, which is very interesting because it even includes the rules, and it even that's cool. This is honestly the first time I've seen it like this before. I've never seen the models, you know, with the rules and such. But that's cool. It's honestly that's pretty cool. You know, I normally don't see it that way. Normally you have to buy the books and all that kind of stuff for the rules, but it's very interesting indeed that like all this stuff's here. So maybe, you know, I'm not saying some people like do this mainly, but maybe there's just some people that get the models, paint them up real quick, and then they have this, you know, and they can probably get a little game going on. So it comes with 2 sprues, and the sprues of course have all of the models. So so we have extra jump packs now. Now that I think about it, we have extra jump packs, very nicely detailed jump packs, single-handed thunder hammers, and then you know, melt a grenade. I'm kind of like lost here because of all the detail and excitement, so please do excuse me if I forget the names of some of these items. We have the lightning claws for regular power armored marines, as well as the additional helms of the Space Marines. This would be a very good one for a Blood Angel, as well as even this one. Very good for Raven Guard, and very good for an Imperial Fist, or a Black Templar, or even a Salamander. I know Salamanders, they do enjoy the Mark IV as well. Chain swords, very nice in detail and very ornate. Very nice, very nice. We'll do a flip so we can see the other detail. So we have the power claws with very nice detail of the Crocs Terminatus, as well as the additional power claws with additional detail. We have the other additional shoulder pads that we can use. And honestly, this is why I like the veteran sprues, because you have so much potential to kit bash. So one of my suggestions that if you're going to be creating a Space Marine force, even though it might be a little bit more pricier, see, look at the power sword, you know, the little iconography on the chain sword, just amazing detail. But going back to it, you know, if you're going to want some ornate parts and whatnot, I suggest you buy a Stern Guard box set or even a Vanguard box set, and you'll get all these unique little weapons, you know, with Space Marine, you know, weaponry, iconography, make your Space Marines really pop out with all this good stuff. So, you know, like I said, going back to it, you know, you have your lightning claws with the little details here and there. They'll make your army pop. All these additional storm shields. You have all your grenades. Power axe, one of my favorite weapons to put upon a Space Marine officer. I just think it's awesome. It's old school and stuff like that. I'm not really a fan of the power sword that much, but you know, it is what it is. A power fist, we only have one. I only saw one. There probably could be another. If I look at the other one, no, there's only just one power fist. That's sad, but it is what it is. We have multiple bolt pistols, very ornate, very nice for, like I said, for maybe your sergeants or other Space Marines that you want to give ornate pistols. A plasma pistol, a relic blade, and then we have the shoulder pads with the Crux Terminatus that shows that the Vanguards are in fact veteran Space Marines. So we'll take a flip and we'll see all the other detail upon the model. So we have the jump packs, amazing details, you know, amazing. Just I'm so excited to paint all these models up, you know, actually take my time and paint them all up. So if we can just compare the, you know, that's the jump pack, you know, compare it, and if we take the where is it at? So very interesting jump pack choices we have. So we have a lot of extra jump packs basically. So like I said, you know, it's very, I think it was a good deal that I in fact bought these. So I get additional jump packs. I got an additional body as well as even as a torso. So I have basically an extra Space Marine, you know, because, you know, I got the extra. So basically I have an additional Space Marine. I could probably make him an officer or a captain, or if I have some extra spare parts, you know, maybe an apothecary, a librarian, you know, I can wait. I can honestly wait, you know, even though I am very excited for these models to be put in use. I can wait, you know, because that was my biggest mistake when I started my army originally, was I did not wait. I just wanted to put things together right away, and you know, the paint jobs weren't the best, and you know, that was on me. So it is the Death Guard Mark III Legion shoulder pads, and then the Death Guard Legion. So this is for my 30K army. I'm still currently working on that, and it's coming along rather interesting. It is slow, but like I said, patience is one of those attributes that you're going to need if you're gonna get into this hobby. Because unless you are basically commissioning painters, you know, and even then they're not gonna finish your commission in like a few days if you want a good job. I mean, sure, maybe some of them are able to do that. They'll probably charge a little bit more, but honestly, in my experience, those that take their time on their craft and their work and see every little detail that is, you know, every detail that is met, you know, it is better to wait and whatnot. So we are going to hopefully get this last piece out so we can finish this stream, so I can get the video and edit it. So here we go. We have all of the shoulder pads. So here is the Mark II shoulder pads. So if it can focus. Come on. There we go. Mark II shoulder pads. So we got 10 of them, and they're all identical. So the other sprue is going to be quite identical from the other sprue. And then we have the Mark III shoulder pads. So all of the Mark III shoulder pads compared to the Mark II. These are honestly my two favorite designs. I didn't even really like the Mark IV shoulder pads for my Mark IV Space Marines that I got on my Betrayal at Kelf set. I instead used the Mark III or the Mark II. I just, I like my Death Guard to be nice and bulky, nice armored up. It just has that Death Guard feel to it. But, that's just my opinion upon the subject. This was the only thing I got for my Death Guard army, was just additional shoulder pads. I wasn't going to try to get any more models because, honestly, I need to work on getting them vehicles and whatnot for transportation, as well as heavy support, maybe some dreadnoughts and all that kind of good stuff. So other than that, this has been the complete unboxing. I've been waiting to do this unboxing since the, what's it called? About a week after Christmas. But finally, we're in May of the year after, and we're finally getting, a chance to actually unbox this all. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the show. I hope to, get to work on these models very soon. And other than that, I hope all of you guys have a very, good morning or a good night or a good afternoon. And hope to see you all guys all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like. Please type in a comment. And then please do subscribe. So this has been Bertolt Gaming, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching the video.